Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, January 8th. I have no birthdays to announce today, but over the weekend, on Sunday, Charlie and Dylan are celebrating their birthdays. I hope you guys have a great birthday. And seeing as it is Friday, it is time for everybody's favorite Friday fun. Friday fun this week is focused on New Year's resolutions. Now, last week over break, we celebrated the beginning of a new year. And Wednesday was your first day back in school for 2021. When you were at home over the break, did you set a New Year's resolution? Or did you hear your parents talking about setting New Year's resolutions? Well, New Year's resolutions are a tradition that goes back almost 4,000 years to the ancient Babylonians. They didn't celebrate New Year's in January, but they celebrated in March, which was the beginning of planting season. And at that time, they either crowned a new king or reaffirmed their allegiance to their old king, and they made promises to either pay their debts or return items that they borrowed. So that kind of became the basis of making a New Year's resolution or a promise for the new year. January, having New Year's occur on January 1st is thanks to Roman Emperor Julius Caesar in about 40 years BC. Caesar was the one who established January 1st as the beginning of the year. January, the month, got its name from the Roman god Janus. Now, Janus was a two-faced god, so he was thought that he was able to look at the past, and forward to the future at the same time. So Romans made promises to Janus, hoping for a good year. And that's kind of the basis of our New Year's resolutions. And we're still doing it today, even 4,000 years later. 40 to 45% of Americans typically will make New Year's resolutions. Now, unfortunately, not many of those resolutions are kept. As you can see here with this graph, that after the first week, only about 75% of the people who made resolutions are still keeping them. By week 2, that goes down to 71%. After 1 month, we're down just over 60%. And after 6 months, less than half, or about 47% of the people who made New Year's resolutions are still keeping them up. So what went wrong? About a third of the people surveyed say that their goals were unrealistic. They didn't meet them because they were unrealistic goals. About a third said they didn't meet them because they really didn't track their progress and show themselves the little victories they were making. And then the rest said they either had too many goals or just forgot. So why do we keep doing this after all? Well, the timing of resolutions is important. There's something about the fresh slate that you have at the beginning of a school year that really brings about this thought that it's the right time to make changes. And scientists call that January 1st to some of these beginning dates as a temporal landmark. We know what a landmark is. A landmark is something that we can see that helps us with our directions or helps us to find our way. And the word temporal there is referring to time. So a temporal landmark is a landmark that stands out in terms of time. And it helps us to kind of slow down, pay attention to what's happening, and it really sets off a feeling of having a fresh start. And this feeling of having a fresh start really increases the odds that the changes that we make based on this temporal landmark, January 1st in our case with New Year's resolutions, will stick. And the changes that we make will help make a change in our life that keeps moving forward. In fact, scientists have found that if you start a goal based on a temporal landmark, you're almost 25% more likely to complete it and to have them stick. So why don't we give it a try here at Louise White School? We've done some goal setting Mondays before. Again, Monday is also a temporal landmark because it's the beginning of a new week. So we're going to look at setting academic goals for our resolution based on this new year. Your teachers are going to work with you on this and talk more about it, but I just kind of want to introduce it here today. So, we're going to be setting some goals. And as you set those academic goals, here are some tips that will help you be successful. First of all, as you're talking with your teacher about goal setting, choose a goal that's important, something that's meaningful to you, something that you really want to do. Choose something that you can do. Don't choose something that's too hard. Don't choose something that's too easy. If you already know how to do something, setting a goal to learn how to do it isn't going to be challenging, isn't going to be meaningful. So choose something that's going to take a little bit of effort. You're going to have to work on it, but in the end, it'll be worth it. And that good feeling that you get from meeting the goal will help drive you forward. Be specific about your goal. Don't just say, I want to be a better reader, but talk about the fact that maybe you want to read three new genre of book, or you want to read a series that you've already been trying to read, so that you've wanted to read for a while, or that you're really going to work on your sight words, or something that is specific, not just general, like I want to do better at math. And it's even better if it's something that you can measure, because if you can measure it, you can track your progress. Keeping track of the things that you do in order to reach your goal really helps your mind stick to that goal and really starts to help you make the changes that will help you to feel the success and to really reach that goal that you've set. So, again, teachers are going to be working with you on this. It's an exciting time of the year, so let's set some cool academic goals that we can track through the month of January and February and see how we're doing. Don't forget, we have that football quiz if you want to participate in choosing winners from Wild Card Weekend, which starts tomorrow. You can do it, and you can also schedule or submit some answers for your family. If your family watches football together, that might be fun. So it's bit.ly/LWSFBIQ is your way to find that. Please rise and join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy watching football if that's what you do. And I will talk to everybody again on Monday.